it's Elena and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to share with you guys what's on my phone. I have an iPhone 11, it's in the black color and it just has a very basic black case from Apple around it. If I can still find it, I'm going to link it in the info box below. It's nothing fancy, but it protects the phone really well, so that's why I like it. And yeah, let's get into what's on my phone. So this is my lock screen. It's my rabbit, Mummy. She passed away at the end of last year, but I still miss her a lot, so that's why she's there. And then when you open it up, my phone pretty much looks like it's owned by a 5-year-old, but it's actually owned by moi. Now the first page is pretty much just all the basic apps that come with the phone. The only really important app here is my calendar app for me, because that's what I use to pretty much organize my life. Now, I sync all of my devices through the iCloud, so if I put something into my calendar on my laptop or iPad, it will also show up here. And that's the main reason why I love the calendar app, because it's just so convenient. Getting away from that first very basic page, we get to the second page, which is also the last page of apps that I have, because, well, I just don't have that much on my phone. So yeah, first row is again just some very basic apps. And then the second one we have WhatsApp, which I religiously hate, because there's always one person who cannot be trusted with a group chat and who will just spam all of you. Next to that we have an app which I actually love, which is Pons. So that's a translating app. So whenever you don't know a word in a certain language, you can just quickly translate it for this app. I have found them to be quite accurate, and the great thing is you can also listen to the word so that you know how it's pronounced, which is very, very useful. So that's why I have this app on here. My searches are very random. To put it mildly, but yeah. And then next to it we have my VPN app. Now a VPN is basically just a way of concealing where you actually are online, so that, you know, your computer might think you're in the UK but you're actually in Germany. And that's what I mainly use it for, because when I search in a German Google for law related things in English, it will usually give me the American law and not the UK law for some reason. But as a UK law student, I need the British law. So that's why I use a VPN for that. You can just pick any country that you want to pretend that your device is currently in, and then you can use that. And it just also gives you some privacy because it conceals your actual IP address. And data protection is cool, my friends. Next to that, we have the Corona Warn app. That's the app from the German government to help slow the spread of coronavirus. I am happy to report I'm currently at low risk of having coronavirus. Yay! But it's a great app just to know if you might be at risk, so that you should then get tested. And it's completely free. It's really not much work for you. You just download it and consent to the app working in the background, and that's it. And the app will tell you if anything is alarming. And yeah, then the next row we have this pretty boring folder, I guess, but it's actually 2 super useful apps. So one is called, I believe, Imaging Edge, and the other one is Camera Connect by Canon. I have these 2 apps because I have a Canon camera and a Sony camera, and these 2 apps are for live shooting remotely. What that means is just that you connect your camera to your phone, and then you can see whatever you could see in the viewfinder of the camera through your phone, and then you can take a picture. And that's super, super useful for thumbnails, because I will usually, take my thumbnail all by myself, which is kind of hard because you would have to touch the camera like that. And if you do that in every thumbnail, it looks kind of weird. So that's why I use my phone. That's why in some thumbnails you can see me holding my phone. It's not because I'm addicted to my phone, it's because I'm taking the picture of the thumbnail on the phone. So yeah, that's a little trick for content creators, who are filming all their stuff by themselves in their bedroom, like me. And then next to that we have a German app which is called Mein DRK. It stands for My German Red Cross. I basically have this app because it contains this one thing which is called My Little Lifesaver. And it can literally save a life, and that's why I have it. It also has some other really useful information, but this is the main thing for which I downloaded it, because it then gets you to this big folder of information on giving first aid in different scenarios. So, what if someone has a heart attack? What if someone breaks a bone? What if you need to, administer first aid if, someone needs to be revived, or if you need to revive a baby? All of these situations. And the thing is, you can panic if you then need to give first aid in those situations, so it can help to have this app so that you can look it up, because you might forget because you are in shock as well. I'm really hoping I will never ever in my life have to use this app, but just knowing I have it just in case, I think is important, because then you know where to go if you ever need to give this kind of help. So yeah, that's why I have it on my phone. And then next to that we have the Fomemo app. Fomemo is a brand with which I've worked before. Basically it's just a little printer. It's really just that small. And you can print out things to then put in your bullet journal. And here in the app they just have a lot of templates that you can use, and you can just print these things out, but you can also print out photos or things that you drew yourself. But yeah, I'm currently not reunited with my printer because it's currently in a self-storage unit in Cambridge, so unfortunately I can't use the app right now. And then next to this we have two apps which I absolutely love. One is Forest. Forest is an app for virtually growing a tree. And you then get a timer, and if you leave the app before the timer for the tree growing is over, then the tree dies. And trust me, killing a virtual tree is more traumatizing than it sounds. Speaking from experience. So, you know, don't kill a tree. It really helps with just staying focused and staying off social media while you're working, or also just, you know, giving yourself some time away from social media so that you're just off your phone for a little bit. And then next to that we have the Calm app. No, I am not sponsored by Calm, but I heavily promote them in lots of my videos because I really love them, but I do pay for the subscription with my own money. Basically, I use the app for sleep stories. So there's a ton of sleep stories on here. And I know sleep stories sound like they're for 5-year-olds, but if you're like me and you're awake in the evening, you know, pondering the existence of the universe while you're trying to fall asleep, this can really help, because for me, these sleep stories make me fall asleep within 15 minutes, and that's really all I want. So I love the app and I think the subscription is so worth it. They also have short meditations, a little bit of music, great music backgrounds, and just, you know, background noise for studying, by the way, if you find that useful. But for me, the main selling point is just the sleep stories because they are amazing. So yeah. Then one row below I have a few news apps. I don't really like reading the news on my phone that much. I don't know why, but I prefer to read newspapers and stuff on my iPad. So I just have a few apps on here just in case I quickly want to check something, if there is like a breaking news story. But other than that, I don't really use these apps too much on my phone. And yeah, then we have UPay. UPay is currently not working for me because obviously my college has kind of shut down. But normally this is how I pay for my food in college. So you just put a little bit of money on UPay, and it's basically the platform for your university card. So you put money on this app and then you can just pay for your food with your university card. So that's how it works, and that's how Elena gets her food. So this app is very important. And then next to it we have the Google Authenticator app. I can't show you guys what this app looks like because I would show you all my email addresses if I did. But the point of it is that you can protect your Google accounts a little more. So what you can do is you can put in two-step verification. So you have to put in your password when you log in, but then you also have to put in a code to prove that it's really you. So in case your password ever gets leaked, you will still have to put in this code so nobody can just take away your account. I think it's a great way of just protecting your account a little more, and it's completely free. So, you know, just sign up for it and be a little safer on the internet. And then next to that we have a pretty big folder with just social media apps. You just have the usual social media apps here. One app that you guys might not be as familiar with is the UWC Hub app. It's an app for current students and alumni of United World Colleges, and I attended one of their high schools, so that's why I have this app. It's a great app for connecting with people. The only thing I dislike about it is that you have to log in every time you then want to use the app, and it doesn't save your password for some reason. So that's why I use it a little less than I do use other social media. Pretty much all the others I've already shown in my iPad video, so I'm just gonna brush over these. And then on the next page we have WeChat, which is kind of like WhatsApp with lots of extra functions, but it's a Chinese app. And then we have Goodreads. So Goodreads is an app for sharing books that you've read and how you rate them, which is really great also for recommendations because you can see what books other people read and liked or disliked. If you want to follow me on Goodreads, I'm going to link it in the description box below. But basically I just go on the app like every few weeks and just update a little bit on what books I've read and whether I liked them. And next to that we have Patreon, which is an app for supporting fellow creators, so you can give a creator a few dollars a month and that can help them continue to make videos. Then I also have Goodwall. Goodwall is a bit like LinkedIn, but in my opinion a little less about just bragging about your achievements, which is how I perceive a lot of people to use LinkedIn. Maybe, you know, you have a better experience on that app. Personally, I'm not a big LinkedIn fan because of that, but yeah, it's just a personal thing. Then next to that I have Slack. Slack is an app for organizing group projects. I use it for a few projects where I'm a volunteer so that we can just all stay in touch and share our work. And then we have Mojo. Mojo is a really cool app for editing Instagram stories. You can see here the templates. They're free to use, by the way, which is so cool. And they do look amazing. There are a few which you have to pay for, but the free ones are good enough in my opinion. I don't use them a lot because I just don't edit my Instagram stories that fancily, but if you are into that, this app is really great. And then we have TikTok. I don't really use TikTok a lot. I know a lot of people are obsessed with it. I don't really get the app so far. I don't know why. I do think the videos are fun and everything, but I don't know. I just feel like it's mostly wasting my time just hanging out on TikTok. I know there are some people making educational content, but my For You page is kind of just people dancing, which is cool, but I'd rather read a book because I'm boring. Yeah. And then I also have Jiffy. Jiffy is an app for GIFs, so you know, all these short video-like things that you send as reactions, they come from Jiffy. And I also tried making a few GIFs. They're probably not that great, but you know, I put a lot of effort into them and that's what matters. So of course I have some white bunny GIFs there because, well, I love white bunnies because I had the cutest white bunny ever in my life. And just some other stuff. I'm really hoping that at some point I can turn them into Instagram stories, but that's still like, you know, a very long-term plan. We're not there yet. I've just recently discovered that I can make GIFs on my iPad, and that was a big discovery already. So, you know, we're slowly getting there, and at some point there might be Instagram stickers from me. And then we also have Messenger. Just like Facebook, I've probably opened Messenger the last time sometime in 2019, because I'm just not a big Facebook fan anymore. I just like Instagram better from its design, from the way it works. So Facebook, not really my jam anymore, I guess. And then down below we have travel apps, which I'm really not needing at the moment, but they're here just in case at one point, you know, I will travel again, and then they might come in handy. Next to that we have a folder with 2 apps for books, Kindle and iBooks. I love reading on both of them. I do have Kindle Unlimited from Amazon, so you can read lots of books for free, which is super useful for someone like me who will otherwise spend a fortune on books. Not that this is stopping me from still spending a fortune on books in bookstores, but you know, I have hope that at some point I will stop doing that. But you know, I'm supporting bookstores, which is also important. So I do have the Kindle app and the iBooks app. I actually do read books on my phone, but I don't like reading the news on my phone, which is very weird and makes 0 sense. But I have these 2 apps here because it makes it so easy to quickly read a few pages while you're waiting in line somewhere, while you're waiting at the doctor's office, wherever. And all these little times of, you know, maybe 3 minutes of reading, they add up over the year. So I would recommend downloading at least 1 book to your phone, just so you can read it every once in a while when you're waiting somewhere. Because that's much better than just scrolling through Instagram aimlessly, and it adds up throughout the year. So yeah, that's my way of reading a little more in my life. And then next to that we have a folder with basically entertainment apps. So Join is a free German app where you can watch a few episodes of shows and I believe even some movies for free. I believe it's only available in Germany. A few TV channels came together and made this. I really just have it because you can watch Germany's Next Top Model for free on there, and that's my guilty pleasure, so that's why I have this app. Next to it we have Apple TV, which is just all my purchases from the iTunes store. Disney Plus, because my uncle is an angel who gifted this to all of us. but I don't actually use it a lot because, I don't know, I kind of saw all like the good Disney movies in my childhood, but I don't really have a desire to rewatch them right now. And the new stuff on there, I guess it's cool, but it's just not an app that I would use as much. I use Netflix a lot more. I currently have my Netflix subscription active, but I will be deleting my Netflix subscription when I start university again, because otherwise I spend too much time on this app for no good reason. And then I also have my podcast app and the iTunes store. And yeah, next to that we have two apps which I would highly recommend downloading, especially the first one. It's completely free and you can help someone out. It's called Be My Eyes, and it's an app for blind people and volunteers. So if a blind person needs some help because they can't recognize something, they can put in a request in the app and you just get a notification, hey, someone needs help. You can answer the call. It will show you a video of what the thing is and you can just describe it to them so that they know what this thing is. So far, I haven't gotten a call through the app, but I have it on my phone just in case someone needs help at one point. You can read through a few stories of people who use the app, but basically just signing up means that there are more volunteers who may be able to help out whenever someone needs help. So that's why I just have the app on my phone, just in case, you know, at some point I can help someone. And the other app I have on here is called Share the Meal. It's from the World Food Program and it makes it super easy to donate. And it also shows that you don't need a lot of money to donate, okay? You can just give 70 cents and that can help feed someone for a day. And so yeah, I do donate through this app every once in a while, especially when I'm eating out, because those are the moments where I realize I'm in a quite privileged position to be able to go and eat out. And you usually get change back when you eat out, and giving 70 cents as a donation, that's mostly, you know, your change and then maybe plus a few cents. So it really won't hurt your bank account that much when you can already afford to eat out, but it can help someone else out a lot. So that's why I have this app on here. And yeah, then in the last row we just have some banking apps. So one is Google AdSense because that's how I make money from YouTube. The other one's PayPal, and then just two banking apps. I don't do any online banking on my phone because I don't know, I don't trust my phone enough for that for some reason. Like I will like religiously check every field before I send money anywhere through the internet. But I just have them here, you know, just in case at some point I do need them. And yeah, that's what's on my phone. It does look like it belongs to a 5-year-old, but it is really mine. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day. Bye!